Hi everybody, it's Dan here. Tonight I'd like to talk about what I believe is going on with vitamin D. I'm here to let you know that I think there is an official war on vitamin D by our medical establishment. I have plenty of reasons to understand this. The first reason is that I bought Jeff T. Bull's book about the miraculous cure for all diseases, and he said that back in the 1920s, people were taking 25 milligrams of vitamin D, and it was improving their health, and the hospitals were overbuilt, and no one was in the hospitals. At that point, they renamed vitamin D from 25 milligrams, became 1 million international units. Why did they do that for? That's been proven to happen. So I think ever since then, the medical industry has been doing what they could to ban vitamin D. In his book, Dole said that the officials tried several times, 10, 15 times or more, to ban vitamin D. I read the book. He talks about legal action they took, trying to get laws passed over the decades to try to make vitamin D illegal too. And why would they be doing this for? They don't seem to be doing this for other vitamins. And I also watched a video from Dr. Bruce Hollis, who's a vitamin D researcher. I think I mentioned this in another video. He said that he did a study where people who had prostate cancer had 40% less tumors from taking 4,000 units a day of vitamin D, and they would not print it in the New England Journal of Medicine because it was an observational trial. He also talked about a situation where there was a researcher out of Harvard named Ng, and what she did was she did a study with people that had terminal colorectal cancer. She gave them 8,000 units of vitamin D for a couple weeks and then gave them 4,000 units of vitamin D, and they lived 2 months longer. And what happened was the Journal of the American Medical Association would not print that story unless they changed the statistics to make it look like it wasn't statistically significant, like I mentioned in another video. Also, Bruce Hollis on the Mercola program, he said that he tried to do a study of vitamin D, and the FDA makes them put a waiver in so you can send it into the FDA so they can prove your study. Well, he said that it's usually a rubber stamp, but in the case of his study, the FDA brought a bunch of investigators over and made sure he did a study the way they wanted him to do it, and they made sure he didn't use too much vitamin D, and they wouldn't allow that, and they kept micromanaging him because they said because if you use too much vitamin D, it could be unsafe. To me, I think they did that for a different reason, not because of safety, because vitamin D doesn't kill anybody. Anyway, so that's more evidence I have for government interference. Also, why is it that vitamin D gets a bad rap? I constantly see stories of vitamin D toxicity, more than the other vitamins. I never see any stories about vitamin C toxicity or A toxicity, or no one's been warned to not take the other vitamins. It's just vitamin D. Why are they doing that for? I don't get that. It's like no one ever says, be careful, don't take too much vitamin C. If you ask a doctor, he'll say, well, yeah, if you take vitamin C, you're just buying expensive urine. So I don't understand. Why are they doing that for? Also, millions of people die from vitamin D deficiency. This is not disputed. It's a fact. And basically nobody dies from vitamin D toxicity. Despite all the warnings, I look on the internet and I try to find people that die, and a person here, a person there died that had too much vitamin D in their system, but those have never even been proven to die because of toxicity from vitamin D. We haven't seen the toxicology report. It could be something, a genetic defect or some other cofactor. We just don't know. So I don't understand that. Vitamin D kills millions of people if it's deficient. It kills nobody, but yet we're being warned not to take too much of that. Why is that? Doesn't make sense. The FDA will not allow high-dose studies, like Hollis said. He won't allow them. If you look at vitamin D studies, they're all low doses or they're high doses spread over a week or two or a month. Why is that? I think it's perfectly clear there is a war against vitamin D, and I think I know why. Because if Jeff T. Bowles is right about vitamin D being able to cure diseases, and so far it's helped me lose 8 pounds in just a month, and it could cure a lot of arthritis and a lot of autoimmune diseases, like they say with the Cicero Coimbra protocol, where he treats autoimmune disease with high doses of vitamin D. It's obvious why this is going on, and it's been going on for almost 90 years. It's obvious that the medical industry understands, look, if people figure out that vitamin D is good for them, it can stop a lot of the problems they have. Those guys are going to lose hundreds of billions, possibly $1 trillion. Just look around. I mean, everywhere you go. Here, I live in Phoenix, driving down the freeway, and you can't go more than a couple miles, 10 miles or so, without seeing a hospital being built somewhere. Just go to the grocery store. Look at all the sick and fat people that are dying. They're in bad health. Look at and no one questions this. I don't understand that. The information's there. The internet's there. You can look and see, and you can question health advice if you want. It's just you can't completely trust the medical industry because they all they want is money. They don't care if they kill you. They want to treat you as long as possible. They don't want to cure disease, and they really don't want to prevent disease. Anyway, I believe there's a war on vitamin D, and it's pretty obvious that that's what's going on, in my opinion. Okay, everybody. Hope you liked the video, and please have a great night.